Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. It's time for bed. Yes, my wife's not in bed. We're going to sleep on the bed. I did end up buying this for the Switch because people were talking about it, and I had a little bit of extra money, and I was like, I'll try it out. It's okay. It is missing. It's definitely missing some of the things that the full version of the game has, like the PC version. I don't know if it's the same for all console versions, but there is no potato sugar beet DLC. Yep, new eggs. There's definitely things like holding down the button to repetitive repairs. You have to keep pressing the button instead of holding it down. That's honestly really annoying. It's supposed to rain all day today, by the way. So we're gonna. I think we picked up all the bales off the field already. Yeah, these hens are just staying in the hen house because it's crappy out. And Wifey Poo won't pick them up, so she doesn't like to come out here in the bad weather. So we'll spare her. We'll see how much money we have. Today might be a good day. I don't think we have a ton of money left, but where's this? Did I already pick these eggs up? It's painful to do it with this controller. There's our rooster. Man, it is really dark today. It's rain. Don't forget it. I'll just use the mouse and keyboard. Yeah. It's much easier with the mouse and keyboard. All right. Let's go milk those cows. One thing that I might do today, since I'm going to go check. The greenhouses should be all good. Look at this weather. I would like to go replace this bottom half with brick again because I really don't like the way that it looks. How much money do we have? We don't have much money. That's unfortunate. But we should have enough to do it and leave us with like $2,000. And honestly, we can only go up from here. So I also need to check the greenhouses and make sure the plants are growing well. That they don't need any care, especially the local greenhouse. I don't know what that weird noise is. It's kind of disturbing sounding. But anyway, it plays pretty well on the Switch. The graphics aren't as nice. I mean, that's just the Switch. That's not the game's fault. That's all games that are translated from PC to Switch look, well, moderately poorly bad. And I'm angry with myself. I bought this Sumatra coffee from from Starbucks, and it's terrible. Ugh. And I bought a huge bag of it, so I'm going to have to put up with it for like a month now or more. It's like I bought the beans. Oh, it's terrible. It tastes like, I don't know. I didn't realize how strong it was, but it was the only, I just wanted to get a big bag. I didn't want to be messing around with like little bags because they always run out like a day. But it's horrible tasting. It's like dirt. I know this is really gross, but there's a certain type of coffee. They feed it to cows. I forget what the type is. It's like Malaysian or something like that. They feed it to cows, and then the cows poop it out, and then they wash it and send it, and that's a coffee. That's like a delicacy. And I don't remember what type it was. My friend was telling me. My friend across the street used to actually, like, what do you call it, where you get it and you cook it? Like he had it smelled like popcorn, but he had like this, you get fresh beans and then you roast them. That's what they call it. They roast it. And so then he would roast the beans. And there were all kinds of different options from all over the world. Where's my lawn tractor? Have to find that. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's the Born. The Born special is in a couple of, all the DLCs except for the Potato Harvest stuff are in the Switch version. But I wanted to walk up, just going to walk up here real quick here, see what we got going on. We can start plowing the fields and get those ready too. That's another thing we could do today. But I just wanted to verify that there's no nothing growing on the fields up here. So once again, PC Master Race. I hate to say it, but PCs win again. Yeah, he took all the bales off. PC version is the best out there. Once again, though, it costs a lot of money. So there's the trade-off. You can get a console for like $500 and not ever have to install any. Well, you'd have to do some updates, but a lot less hassle than you have with a computer. But the computer version always is more fully featured and runs better. Though, obviously the current generation of consoles, if anyone can get their hands on them, is supposedly pretty good. So, all right, things are growing well here. We should have a crop fairly soon, next couple days maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Water level is good, but we can probably make a good amount of money from selling products from here. Looking at that, we don't have any potatoes or sugar beets because we haven't done those yet. We might eventually try to do those. We'll see. But we have all of our crops growing up at the warehouses or at the greenhouses. So today, what do we want to do? The first thing I want to do is get the pickup truck, which is where? The pickup truck's probably still at the store. Yeah, it is. Okay, which is great, actually. Because we want to do... Oh, and I still have brick left. Look at that. Well, let's start repairing. Pick up bricks. There's only 26 pieces left. I think I'm going to have to build more. And this we can sell. We don't need more concrete plaster, so let's go ahead and, cancel that. Go to them. Nope, cancel this. Oh, resume game. Go to Mappy Poo. And glitch. Okay, that's all right. We're back home. We do need to mow our yard, too. But that's low on the priority list. We need to get everything together first. But today, let's go ahead and get this started. F2. And I'm going to replace this with brick. Can I replace it with brick? No, it doesn't let me. Oh. So once you've gone to concrete, you can't do it. And that sucks. So that means I pretty much ruined my building. F3, nope, F1, no. Nope, it won't let me do it. Oh. Well, that's a real bummer. Oh, well, it's not horrible. It just doesn't have the nice detail that it used to have. It makes me sad. Okay, well, that's that. So let's go ahead and get our field going then. I need to get the Born special out and our plow. And we're going to start plow evading. And yes, I said it, and no, I did not mean it. Oh. Oh, God. So if that ever happens, what you do is you just find a tractor and get on it. Find one that you can enter. Okay, there we go. There's the Born special. I've never actually used this tractor in anger, so we'll see how it does when out on the field. I'm sure it's going to be exactly the same as the other one, but we'll grab our plow and start plowing. And then we'll cultivate. And lower the machine. Cruise control. There it is. I'm plowing in the rain. My guy's got to be ticked off right now. Why are you making me do this? This horrible chore in the rain. Go straight. Go straight, dang it. Oh boy. She's slipping. Let me think about how this works. Yeah, that's it. Okay, come down on this side. Come back up on the other side. There we go. Oh. Most not impressive. So this tractor fights a little bit more when you're plowing. Don't love that. It wants to fall down in the hole. Shaky cam. Oh, stop it. So I don't know. The Jack Bear might be better at plowing. And the reason being is because the wheels are closer together, so it's not constantly pulling into the rut. Now, if I keep the wheels at this spot, it might be fine. So we'll try this and see how it's going pretty well now. It still does want to pull to the right, but that's normal. Different tractor, different physiques. So I'm sad that we can't fix that. We might have to. What we might have to do is to. I don't know how you would do that. You'd have to break it. So probably have to get concrete block and turn it into concrete block again, like the air bricks, and then replace it with real bricks without putting plaster on it. But I don't even know if you can do that. It may not let you once it's like all the way done. So be careful, little children, what you wish for. You might be stuck with whatever you finish your product with. It's weird. Going downhill, it's trying to really pull to the right. I'm having to fight it quite a bit. Going uphill, it's not so bad, but it's really jerky going downhill. All right, so I'm going to keep working on this, folks. I'll catch you in a little bit. While we're doing this work, I just want to take a minute. I'm doing this on all of my series because I feel like I need to say something. No, I'm not going to get political. In all seriousness, I wanted to thank you guys for your support. I know most of you probably have figured out by now the reason why I took a week break from my channel is that my mom passed away on the 15th of January, one day after her 70th birthday. And it was a complete surprise. We had no idea that was going to happen. She was healthy and you know, not sick in any way, shape, or form. And so it just came as a big surprise to all of us. Not a good surprise either. So I just wanted to share my thank you for all of you guys that sent donations, that sent your prayers and your thoughts, and I really appreciate it. I'm so blessed to have such a great community, guys, and I thank you for standing behind me during this time. And it's been rough. It has. I don't know. You know, it's going to change some things in my life. Don't worry. YouTube is going to continue. I don't know. Obviously, I just love doing this, and I can't imagine never doing it, but there are some opportunities. My mom left us a big mess, but she also left us a house that's worth quite a bit of money. So it's exciting. I think that she blessed us in that way when she left, and I think that hopefully we'll be able to turn that into something that's good for the family and good for my children and good for my wife, and that'll make our lives a little less stressful. And so that means that I'll be able to produce better content, but it also means that I may be busy from time to time, especially during the summer season. Already I get busy. But the YouTube channel, that's always been my priority, and it will continue to be over other mediums. I love Twitch, and but when things get crazy, I do take a break from Twitch. So mostly I stream Twitch in winter and spring, and much less in the summer, or not at all, depending on how busy we get. Now this summer is going to be real busy. So if you're a Twitch follower, I apologize, but I'm letting you know right now, almost all the weddings that got postponed from last year are happening this year. So I've got like 20 plus weddings this year, which means I'm going to be pooped. And on top of that, I'm having to work at my mom's house to get it together to get ready to sell. So that's going to be a lot of work, and there's all kinds of paperwork and financial stuff that goes along with that. So speaking of which, I have just reminded myself I have a bunch of paperwork I got to do today. So just be aware that there's going to be a lot going on, but the games will continue, the fun will continue, and but I just wanted to thank you guys again for your condolences and the support, and we've got a lot of funeral expenses to cover and stuff, and that's been kind of surprising. My mom did not have life insurance, which she had everything else together, but that's one thing she didn't. My mom didn't like to talk about death ever. And so it's one of the things where she just kind of left it open-ended, and unfortunately that meant that things came out of pocket, and so it's been a little bit stressful right now, but things will get better in the future, hopefully. So, but anyway, I just want to thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it. I'm thankful for my community because you guys are great. So I'll be right back, folks. I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'll catch you when I'm further along. All right, so we're going to keep working on this. I'm almost done with this field, and we'll get it cultivated, and we'll do the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So the crop that we're doing now, because we got our stuff off, I'm going to look at the prices again. I think we're going to do some kind of bean or soybean type situation. We could do corn. We'll see what's available and what's worth money. I'm pretty sure corn will be pretty valuable, but I think that probably soybeans and canola and stuff like that are going to be more valuable. And I don't think this game, like Farm Sim, takes into account yield. I think you pretty much, as long as you do the fertilization and the plowing and cultivation, you get the same yield from any crop. It's not, I don't think it's dependent on, I don't think it depends on your, the type of crop. I think if you get 32,000 bushels off of a field, you get 32,000 bushels of whatever you plant. I don't know that for sure, though. They do try to keep this game realistic and yet not quite realistic all at the same time. It's kind of weird. Now, we do need to put, I think we have enough manure to do both of these fields, but we're going to, before I cultivate it, I'm going to put manure down. I need to actually check it and see what's the state. No manure, no fertilizer. Now, I do like that. It looks like they separated the manure and the fertilizer. Instead of it just saying fertilizer, left side 100, right side 100, it now says manure and fertilizer. And so if you do both, you are ahead of the game. I'm pretty sure we have tons of manure. But maybe not. It depends, because, over the winter, I don't think the animals produce anything. Like, the game doesn't take into account that stuff would be building up over the winter season. And so we kind of lose out there. But I'm just a poor boy with an old tractor. We've invested a lot of money in this farm, man. I'll tell you that much. It better yield this year. It's going to. We're going to come out over the next 2 years. We're going to come out with a lot of money, and then we'll start, really growing this farm. I've been wanting to do Lumberjack Dynasty and Medieval Dynasty, but once again, my plate is full. I'd rather do the farming games because that's what people come to my channel for in the first place. Medieval Dynasty, I don't know if I'm as interested in, but Lumberjack Dynasty does look really good. Medieval Dynasty looks good too. I think that, for my channel, it's probably best to do the farm games. But I'm going to stick with this one for a little bit longer, at least another year probably in real life. And then we'll move over to a different game at that point. But, this is probably one of my most popular series, and it's a great game. So I can see why people love this game. I mean, it really is a fantastic game. I wanted to thank the creators of OBS. For those of you that use OBS, I think everybody uses OBS. And my church uses it. Everybody uses it for everything. OBS is excellent, and they made an improvement now. It used to be when you pause the video recording, it just said pause. Now it actually tells you how much time you've recorded and paused. And that's a huge help because then you know how much you've recorded. And so I noticed that. It might have happened a patch or two ago, but I just noticed it. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Like, finally, I can see what's going on. I need to go this side. I always do that. Wait, let me think about this. Nope. Nope. That's going to run it that way. John, what are you doing? Just pet him. Don't act weird with him. Just pet him. I think I need to go back up and come back down again. We'll see how this pans out. I'm trying to figure out how to get it so that the rutting works the right way. The divot goes on the right side of the tractor as I do this. There will always be two because I'm, rotating away from the center line, but I want to do the first one right. And then we'll figure out how to do it. So if I come down here, yeah, this is how we do it. Okay. I was like, this is not looking correct. Something's not right. I probably could have come up the other side, but I needed to see it visually first. See how this turns everything over. So the manure is going to be the next stage, and then we'll cultivate. Get the ground ready for planting. We're doing pretty good. I think it's only about noon game time. Yep. Did I call that or what? I knew exactly what time it was, and I hadn't looked at the clock for 2 hours. That's pretty good. I think by tomorrow, but here's the thing. We have dry weather coming in tomorrow, so we need to finish that field up top. And then we'll continue working on these fields. This is the next high priority. We need to get these fields planted so that they start growing because we are moving into the middle of the month. But we've got time. I mean, I'm not. They will be ripe before the end of fall, but I don't want to wait too long. Now, in real life, I don't know that they would push the plowing and cultivating until like a day or two after rain. Like, I don't think they would do it in the rain, but maybe. I don't know. Farmers, I know you can plow in the rain, but still it gets messy. And so the problem is if it's raining, you could really get dug in and stuck. And so then you have to wait till things dry up a little bit. So we run the risk of getting stuck, but in this game you don't get stuck. So cattle and crops, maybe. I know Giants has ticked off a lot of their modders. Sad to see that. Been some pretty big shakeups going on. We lost Bullet Bill. We've lost Oxygen David as far as mods. Now, I don't know. These guys may come back, and I hope that they do, and they come back and do modding like through like farmsim.uk or whatever. Instead of going through Giants' website, they continue to make mods, but they just don't bother going through the Giants site. Because, I mean, it's kind of, But see, what I'm afraid of, and this is my evil conspiracy theory. For those of you that like Farm Sim, I feel like they are moving away from mods. Or anything that's, unless they're requesting it from modders. I feel like they're trying to move away from that stuff. Because I think what they want, and why would they do that? Well, they want to homogenize the game so that the PC and the consoles all have the same mods on them. So they're going to limit the PC to have the same kind of mods that the console has. And you'll no longer be able to have outside mods on PC. You'll be locked. That's my theory. And I think that's why they're kind of coming down hard on some of these modders. I think they're trying to teach them, like, look, you need to follow exactly what we say or you will not be allowed to make mods for our company. If you use any kind of copyrighted stuff in your mods or stuff that belongs to other people, you'll no longer be allowed to make mods for us. And I think they're doing that because that's what the console rules already are. So they're just making it the PC guys follow those same rules. But it's just interesting. I don't know. I mean, there's two sides to every story. Obviously, Giants has not said anything about anyone, but the modders who are quitting are coming out and saying some horrible things about Giants. And so we only have that one perspective on it. And maybe they're right, and but it could also be perceived. It could be something where Giants did not come across properly because they're non-English speaking or whatever. I'm not making excuses, but I'm just saying, like, maybe it was misunderstood or they didn't say it properly, and then the people took offense very quickly, and it got out of hand. And I don't know. That could be. But once again, it seems like from reading what Oxygen David said on his posts, there's a big problem, and the level of respect and communication is gone, where it used to be there, but it's changed now. And so it's much more difficult for modders to make mods. And if there's a problem, they're not being told what the problem is. They're just being told, you have this or that in the map, and, don't waste our time. Fix this stuff or don't bring it to us. And apparently, I don't know, maybe it's something that's simple. I don't know. I'm not a modder myself, so I don't know how hard the process is or how to make it work or not. But it's sad to me that that's happening, because I feel like we are losing some great. I mean, Oxygen David, aside from reusing elements in every single map, which I don't love, he makes great maps. I mean, he made, I think, Sandy Bay. I'm positive he made Chellington, and I know he's made a bunch of other. My favorite map was the first one that came out. Marwell Farm was an Oxygen David farm, and that farm was absolutely, excellent. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know. I mean, these people are, there's a thriving community of map makers that don't care what Giants thinks, and they just put them out there on the PC. I'm just afraid that Giants is going to take away our ability to actually have maps from outside sources. They're going to close down the mod folder and make it a hidden file, and you have to go through their internal mod program, and you'll no longer be able to just go out to the web and download mods like you do now. And if that's the case, I don't know. I personally, I have a lot of mods. Actually, honestly, in 19, I've got way more mods than I've ever had. But in general, for the games that I play, I usually go through and pick like 5 or 10 mods and stick with those. I've got a couple like go-to mods, but I mostly play with the DLC stuff, and I'm not, except for tractors and stuff, I don't really, in mod maps. I mean, I do use a lot of mod maps, but even then, like, I go through a lot of maps to find ones. I'm really picky. It's one of my flaws as a human being. I am excruciatingly picky about everything. Ask my wife. She's like, Arthur, you are too picky, and I am. I'm very picky about how maps are done, graphics quality. Like, if somebody brings in a mod from FS17 into 19 and it looks like it came from FS17, I won't use it. I'm like, it looks like garbage. Where's the see-through vents? Where's the, or if those are done poorly, or if it's the tractor doesn't have shiny paint, like if they can't figure out how to get the and I know it's hard to do that stuff, but people are doing it, so why can't other people do it, Anyway, I'm very picky. So I don't use a ton of mods, but this 19 has been the first one where I found that there's actually a lot more really good tractor mods, truck mods. Textures have been fixed and dolled up, and people have done a good job of really. Now they had time too, because we've gone longer with this version than any other version, but people have done a really good job making some really cool tractor mods, like old-fashioned tractor mods. A lot of cool Russian trucks that are actually pretty well done. There's a lot of good stuff out there. So there's some goofy stuff too, but there's a lot of decent stuff on the mod hubs. So more than ever I've used mods, but still, even so, the maps and maybe some of the trucks are the primary focus of the mods that I use. I try to find more realistic trucks than what they have in game. Though I've been really happy with the American trucks in this game, the American-looking trucks. The Lizard brand. So, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I hope that Giants doesn't go down the route where they just block modders out altogether, but there's some really weird stuff going on. And has been going on for the last couple months, and they've lost several really good map makers. And I hope the guys don't just give up altogether, but that they go to the black web and, or the back web or the dark web, and like FSUK or FSIM UK or whatever it is, and release their maps at places like that where people have to join and be members, but you don't have to go through Giants to get them. But I am interested to see what they do for FS21, because that could change all of it. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that does it for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and get these fields finished. This one's almost done. And then I'll put the manure down in the next episode. But I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And hopefully you enjoyed our little fireside chats this time. And once again, thank you for all the well-wishers. I know my mom's in a better place, and she died where she wanted to be, and that was at home. So I have comfort in those two things. And honestly, I talked to her for an hour and a half the night before she died and had a really nice conversation with her. So I feel closure in that way, too. Like, I got to, Tuesday I got to give my mom a big hug. And Thursday I spent 2 hours on the phone with her, or an hour and a half, and had a real nice conversation with her for her birthday. And then, we were going to do a party later this week because my son had been traveling to Europe, and so we wanted to wait until his 14-day quarantine was up to get together for a party. But that never happened. But I'm thankful that we did get to at least have a nice conversation before she passed away, and I'm at peace with those things. So I just want to thank everybody for your support, though. My mom will be missed. And so anyway, be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And I will see you guys in the next episode as we get our fields further along. Have a great day. Bye.